Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Tavarish and today we're going to be working on my F350 dually. For those of you who haven't seen my video when I got this truck, this is a F350 Super Duty from I think 1999, but it was made to look like a 2006-2007 truck. And they did that with a front and rear conversion. So lights and grille and bumper are different. And the same with the tailgate in the back. The reason I got a 99 is because it has a 7.3 liter power stroke. And this is the most reliable car, well, most reliable engine rather, that Ford ever made as far as diesels are concerned. And I understand that Ford didn't actually make this. I believe it's an International or IHI engine, but nevertheless, it is very, very reliable. I bought this truck about 2 weeks ago and basically left it parked because I went on another cruise. But just a few days ago, I drove it from its parking space in Miami to my house here in Central Florida. It's about a 3-hour drive, and this truck did not skip a beat, except for a few minor things, and that's going to be today's video. I'm going to be fixing small things that are sort of bothering me about this truck and things that could stand to be spruced up. I'm going to be working on this truck for the next 10 days or so because at that point I'm going to have to go to New Jersey with this thing, and that is about 1,100 miles from my house here. From there, I will be towing a car back. So that's a 2,200 mile round trip, and the last bit is going to have a car in the back with a car trailer. I know that this truck rather, I keep on saying car. It's not a car. I know it's not a car. So I know that this can tow about 13,000 pounds, has a towing capacity. I think it's a little more than Ford gives it credit for. At least that's what I've heard from the forums. However, I need this to be 100% reliable. So the first thing I need to do is assess how good it is and basically set a baseline. So what I'm going to do is I have to do a tune-up, just like on any regular automobile. I'm going to check filters, and I'm going to make sure that everything, all the fluids are clean, and it's not doing anything that would leave me stranded on the side of the road in my 2,000-mile trip. Also, I don't think I'm going to get to it in this episode, but maybe we can take some steps to remedy it. This thing leaks a lot. It leaks a lot of, I think it's oil. So if you look down here, that is pretty new. I actually have a cardboard box underneath so I can collect it, but I left it, my poor pristine driveway. Well, not exactly pristine, but look at this. Oil stains right here, right there. I'm going to have to power wash these out because they really, really don't look good. Oil stain right there. Yeah, this is all coming from this engine. And it seems to have plenty of oil in it. And I have new oil to put in there, but we'll see what the actual leak is. Because these things are known to leak. So we'll check that out. But for now, let's get to the little things that are annoying me. Right off the bat, we have this air filter, well, this air box. And this air filter, I have no idea how old it is, but if you look right here, there's a little gauge. If this could focus. All right, so this says it has, 50% life left. This is lying because I actually pressed the button that resets this. This is like a little vacuum seal thing. It's actually pretty cool. It tells you when to change your air filter. So this was all the way at the top. This was red. So that means we have to change it, and we'll change it, and then I will reset this just right now, just to let you know how this works. So you press the button. That's pretty cool. Good job, Ford. All right, so this air filter there's just this one clip right there. There's supposed to be another clip right somewhere down here, but throughout the years it's been, I don't know, maybe it went its own way. So I already undid this little worm ring clamp. So this comes off, and this should lift right off. There we go. Doing stuff with one hand, everybody. All right, so this is what the hell? Okay, so there's like a mesh filter here, and it's like really misshapen. It looks like it was just pushed in place. I don't even think this is the right one. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Can I even get this out? Let me try trusty key. It's not just a key, it's also a flathead screwdriver. Wow, this is really bad. Okay. All right. Now, I'm not sure if this carpet material is supposed to be here. It looks like a charcoal filter. I'm really not sure if that's supposed to be there. I didn't see it listed in any of the air filter. Wow. Yeah, this thing is pretty past it. And it looks like it's been glued in place. I don't know if this was a design or this is a homemade thing. It does look like it was cut cleanly, but maybe it's just an air filter like that. I don't know. But I can't imagine that the engine is breathing nicely with all that. Like, I can't, you know, there's no way you can see through that. Just straight black. I have no idea how this didn't stall every single time. So I got a new air filter. This should be the right part number, so if I'm giving you the wrong part number, please let me know. Well, I'll figure it out in a few seconds anyway, if it doesn't fit. So it's a STP SA8925. The reason I didn't get a K&N is because K&N and other oiled filters, this is a dry filter, meaning that it's just basically a paper element, paper and cotton filter. But K&N, they have this... basically, there's oil in the filter, and then you have to re-oil it, and you can clean it, and it's supposed to be reusable. That's not good for the engine. So if you put one of those filters in this, I mean, there are, I don't know if they're wives' tales, I don't know if they're substantiated by fact, but people say stay away from K&N, so I'm going to stay away from K&N. I'm just going to go with this. I didn't want to go with a Fram, because I think that's the only other air filter that was available at either AutoZone or Advance. So it's either that or STP, and I chose STP. So after a few seconds of struggling to get it out of the box, this is the new air filter. Look at that, nice and clean. That's the way an air filter should look. Well, not a used air filter, obviously, but that's the way it's supposed to be. So what I'm going to do, instead of just popping this in, I'm going to give this a bit of a clean with a rag and some scrubbing bubbles just to make sure that stuff doesn't go straight into the air filter, just to give it that extra bit of oomph to get the clean air right in there into that massive Garrett turbocharger. Okay, now that is buttoned up, another annoying issue. So this is a 2006 or 2007 conversion. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but this is an aftermarket headlight. And it has HIDs here and LEDs here. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, sure, it might look better to some people, but I might just keep the HID here because there is a, let me see if you can see it. So there's a little shroud in front of the actual bulb. That way it's more of a halogen light pattern and it doesn't blind people. However, the LED here, you can see it right there. It is giving me basically an error. So the truck thinks that there is no light connected because there is a discrepancy in the voltage drop between the lights here and the lights in the back. So when I put it on a turn signal, all the turn signals work, but this one flashes, well, they all flash fast because I'm guessing the truck thinks that one light is blown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this LED with some stock halogens. I'm not sure if the stock halogens will even fit because this is an aftermarket headlight after all, but the 9145s are what AutoZone told me that this car takes, so we're going to try it with that. Unfortunately, you can't just take this headlight assembly out. There are 2 bolts up here, and there's 2 bolts down there. The 2 bolts down there aren't even connected. I guess when they did the 2006 conversion, they had some extra bonus parts, as I like to call them. So we're going to have to take these out, but we're also going to have to take off this grill, which is pretty easy because it's just these 4 bolts here. And then the whole thing just slides right out. So, yeah, this thing is going to look pretty taken apart, but I guarantee you it's an easy job and anybody in their garage or driveway can do it. Okay, so we hit a bit of a snag. Now, this is the harness for the light. Here's the LED light. You see it has 3 plugs right there, 3 pins rather, on the connection, and it goes right in here like so, like that. However, this is our new light, and it only has 2, and plug does not fit. So that's what happens when you have aftermarket stuff. And right here, this is like house wiring crap. This was not done very well. So I'm gonna have to get either I'm gonna have to get a new one. This is a 3006 D1. I believe that's what the bulb number or designation is. Or I'm gonna have to get a harness for this. This is the 9145, I believe I said it was. Yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can return it, even though I took it out of the packaging. Actually, no, I can't even use this one because this won't even fit into the aftermarket headlight. So it has to be a 3006. So for now, I'm gonna put this back. Can't even get into the camera. It's weird working upside down. Whoa. Yeah. So I'm going to have to get a 3006, and hopefully they have one that's a halogen and doesn't trigger the fast flashers. So for now, I'll put this back, and we'll live to fight another day. So moving right along, we have to go to the interior. Now, before I show the interior, it was all together when I first got the truck, but I went a little bit crazy and decided to see what was behind the dash. So I basically took off the entire dashboard, well, rather the front fascia of the dashboard, just to see this sort of nightmare of wiring. The reason why there's a lot of different splices and wiring hacks, sort of. I mean, it's not really hacks. It's heat shrunk and crimped very well, except for this. This looks like crap. The reason why it's not stock is because this is an interior from a 2007 truck, and it's slightly different than the one from 99. And the interior has all this, this is from a Lariat, and it's in extremely good shape. I mean, this truck has 261,000 miles on it, and it looks like one with a lot less. However, I wanted to make sure that the wiring wasn't going to be a problem when I drive at 2,000 miles. So that stuff has to be fixed. It's not too bad. I mean, this is just maybe a short that'll blow a fuse, and I'll fix that. But here is the wiring for the alarm, the wiring for the tuner, the wiring for, it's just a million wires here, and it's a giant pain in the ass. I'm not sure what was done right, what was done wrong, so I'm gonna leave it alone for now unless I see something really egregious, like just kind of twisted together stuff like this. Note to installers: you never ever want to use these little wire nuts. But that's not why I led you to the interior, because this is something that people really can do. And it has to do with, if I can get past this stupid steering wheel, and get the glare out. So this is the gauge cluster with lots and lots of glare. And the lights on this entire side don't work. And it's a pretty easy thing to remedy. All you have to do is take off bolts right here. Like they're just around the gauge cluster. You pull it off and you replace the bulbs themselves. To get to this point, it wasn't that bad. All you really had to do was pull. There's just clips everywhere. You just have to pull and start taking these out. These are for the climate control, and make sure that you don't pull on any important looking wires. But it is pretty simple, and I do have the dash. It is back here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to take off this gauge cluster, and we're going to see how to replace these bulbs, because that also is a little bit of a challenge. Alright, now that we got this cluster out, the offending lights are these ones, the ones in black. So these ones, the small ones, they can also go out, but all my lights, like these are basically the idiot lights, the warning lights, and all those seem to work fine. These are the ones that actually illuminate the back part, and I believe only like 1 or 2 are working. Since it's likely that this has never been touched before, these can be a little bit hard to get out. You just twist them out, twist counterclockwise. And to give it a little help, let's try this one. I'm using a needle nose plier, or a set of needle nose pliers. Like that, and then it comes right out. And this one seems to be maybe okay. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. I can't really see the filament that well, and it's not really focusing. Focus. Well, whatever. Let's just assume they're all bad, because I got 6 and there's only 5 that we need to replace, so why the hell not? Now what you want to do with this is you want to be very, very careful, because if you squeeze this, let's just say that this is it's been through lots and lots of heat cycles. If you squeeze it, you can actually break it and cut yourself really bad. So what you're supposed to do is basically pull this out of this black plastic holder piece. So the light bulb, it's very, very sensitive. So what I do is I just grab it by the base and I just like wiggle it like that, and it should come right out like that. And these are 194 bulbs. The other ones are 168. So if you go to an AutoZone or Advance or whatever auto parts store you want, just get 194 bulbs. I got 194 LL, which just means long life. I don't know what the difference is. So I got a new one that should slot right in just like that. And we do the same for the rest. And there we have it. I cleaned it up a little bit as well and gave it a nice little polish, and it looks brand new, even though the odometer says 261847. It should illuminate pretty well at night, at least as well as it should stock. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put this right back in here, and I think it's time to put the dash back together. Okay, now things are looking a little bit cleaner. Let's see if the illumination worked. Wow, gets dark in here real fast with these tints, and it's not even that dark outside. It's kind of like twilight hours, but whatever. Okay, ignition in, and check this out. Ooh, nice. That works exactly the way it should. There's no dead spots. It looks exactly like it's supposed to. Not bad, not bad at all. It was about, I don't know, $10, maybe less, for all the bulbs. Actually, it may be more. It might be around, I don't know, $15. But yeah, it definitely makes a really, really noticeable difference, especially when I'm gonna be driving for quite a while. Maybe at night. I'm gonna try not to drive at night, but yeah, looks good. Okay, one last thing. I have to take off these damn stickers. So when I got the truck, it was used by this Distinctive Services of Florida contractor, or I have no idea what they do, but I am not affiliated with that company, so this has to go. I did take off their stickers in the back. That was pretty easy. This is a little bit more difficult just because I can't use a razor on paint, but it is pretty simple. All you need is a heat gun and a little bit of time. I did make a video about how you can do it without a heat gun. The link to that video will be right here. Just click on this sticker, and yeah, but for now I'm going to finish out this day by just taking off this sticker to make this a clean truck. Also, gotta finish that up, but whatever, I can do that off camera. I want you to see how I take off the sticker, and that's going to be it for today. Next time, I'm going to be doing more maintenance and getting this truck ready for its 2,000-mile journey. Alright guys, that is a wrap for this episode. I still gotta take off some glue from the stickers, but it's coming along nicely. I still have some odds and ends to do. However, the looming issue is that leak. So I think next episode we're gonna try to tackle that. But for now, it's getting dark. Bugs are coming in, and that's not good at all. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at APiDA Online. I think I even have an Instagram. I don't post anything on there. I probably should though, and I will. So yeah, if you want to keep up to date with the F350 or my Aston or the Mercedes or any other cars that I'm going to get, and I am going to get some interesting cars, then please, you know, enjoy this channel. So yeah, I'll see you again next time.